Don't let anyone disenfranchise you because you're a young man, especially a young white male man. Don't ever let anyone talk down to you. We need strong men out there, strong men who are convicted, that will be good leaders, good husbands.
The poor, poor white people. I know, Tammy Faye Baker, it's a tragedy, right? How many white people were lynched in trees and how white people couldn't drink from the same water fountain or vote until the 1960s. How white people were only considered 3/5 of a black man. It's so sad that white people are called the N-word and have to give the talk to their kids and have their houses appraised at a different price. Oh, wait, that's black people. See, you're the reason people don't go to church, Tammy Faye, because you're a piss poor reflection of what Jesus stood for. You and your husband, who was the victim of a school shooting, are a for-profit business for white supremacy. That is what your version of Christianity is. This is her shtick, right? Get the lighting right, talk in a monotone voice like Carrie Lake, do her blonde hair, put the eye drops in. Oh, I'm looking to Jesus. Where is he? Where's Jesus? Show me. I was named after the Apostle Paul. Where is Jesus? It's funny how God never tells you to help 14 million kids that are starving. It's fascinating how God never tells you to stop the 40,000 people that die from gun violence or the 42 million people that need tax dollars just to eat. Because it's all about the money. That's why you won't speak out against the rapists in the White House. And when you were asked about that 2 or 3 weeks ago, what did you say? You talked about yoga classes and how the traditional white family needs to bring their kids to yoga and get them off of iPads. It's not about money? This is you, right?
That were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy.
So 11 days after your husband was the victim of a school shooting, along with thousands of other people in this country, great job, team. 200K in Charlie merch, freedom merchandise. And you made him out to be a martyr. Because it's about money. Why is it that you won't speak out against Donald Trump? Why is that, Erika? Because you know that his racist white base won't buy your husband's or your merchandise. Because that's what you are. You are a whore to capitalism. That's all you are. You're a grifter. That's all you are. You don't believe in God or Jesus. You weaponize religion to push your agenda. It's not about racism. Let's listen to the actual words of your husband.
And Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut. I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman. I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? It almost creates thought patterns that are not necessarily wholesome. Now, were they trying to hijack her? Were these blacks trying to go rob her? Happening all the time in urban America. Prowling blacks go around for fun to go target white people. That's a fact. It's happening more and more. You have to wonder, and I know this sounds a little cruel, but is this WNBA privilege? That if you're a WNBA pot-smoking black lesbian, do you get treated better than a United States Marine?
When the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off, and I feel better now thinking about that. No, I mean, like,
you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Yeah, because so many times I go on an airplane and say, hey, I wonder if the white pilot's qualified. I wonder if the Muslim pilot's qualified. I wonder if the person's Afghan. I wonder if it's a woman. Happens all the time, doesn't it? Oh, that was out of context. No, it wasn't. Because your husband supported a president, not only is he a rapist and a child molester, he didn't rent to black people. Right? He said, I don't want black people counting my money. He questioned the birth of Barack Obama, birtherism. Had dinner with Nick Fuentes, went through Secret Service security, a man that is a white nationalist, Nazi sympathizer. Very fine people on both sides. Asked for the execution of the Central Park Five. Took down the history of slavery at the president's house in Philadelphia 3 weeks ago. Took away the history of slavery in the Smithsonian. Pete Hegseth, the alcoholic, the man that has children out of wedlock because he's a Christian, gave medals to the soldiers from 1890 that murdered Native Americans. Yeah, totally not racist here, right, Erika? But what you are is just a grifter, right? You don't want to speak out against Trump's three-teeth white trash base because then the ATM will stop. That's all you are. This isn't complicated. You're just an actor. I do wonder what the Oscars coming up, I think tomorrow. Are you going to be nominated? Oh, Jesus. Oh, hold on. Oh, the tears. Oh, praise Jesus. I can feel him talking to me. It's just fascinating, right? That you're up here saying that God saved Donald Trump's little ear. Where was God during the Holocaust? Where was God during slavery, lynchings, Jim Crow? Where was he during the genocide of Native Americans? Where was he when women didn't have rights or Asians were locked in internment camps? All of a sudden, God comes down from heaven that you believe and saves the ear of a rapist and a man who defends child molesters. Wow, Erika, you're just an actress. It's easier for the camel to get through the eye of a needle than for a rich woman to get into heaven. That's what you are. And one day you're going to stand before God, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not. And he's going to ask you, Tammy Faye, why is it that you supported a president that rapes women? Why is it that you didn't use your platform to help people that are homeless or kids that are hungry? Why did you support a president who calls women fat and piggy? What are you going to tell him? I made a lot of money, God. Cool. Then you can go hang out with Jeffrey Epstein, and you're going to find out very quickly who's on the Epstein list. Because that's what's going to happen, Tammy Faye. The only people that buy your shtick are people that need to be the white victim. Make America white again. That's all this is. This is what the white evangelical church does. It started with Jerry Falwell, right? And they said, how could we make some kind of culture war with white religion? Because that's what this is. It is religion. It has nothing to do with faith. Let's pick abortion to gay people, right? So for people like Tammy Faye Baker here, she'll sit next to Donald Trump, who rapes women, who's basically a child molester, who cheats on his wife with the porn star, causes insurrection, tax fraud, felonies. Hey, who cares? But she won't sit next to Pete Buttigieg because that's a sin for a man to sleep with another man. That marriage is between one man and one woman. But if you get married 3 times, hey, that's cool. If Pete Hegseth gets married 3 times and cheats on every wife and has a daughter out of wedlock, hey, no one's perfect. It's funny how the white man always gets a free pass with you white people, isn't it? You're the reason I do this. It's because God sent people like me to expose the moral rot within the church. And that's why God was sent here, Tammy Faye Baker, to expose what you are. And you think that you're some intelligent, smart grifter, and you're not. Your day will come. You can yuck it up right now and keep making money off of his 6-teeth base. That's fine. But you will stand before God one day. I'm going to be on the right side of history, and you're going to be on the white side of history. So good luck making money. I hope it's worth it one day when you stand before God and you don't have your money, you don't have your racist base, your red hat base, your lawyers, your Turning Point USA, and you go up there and just talk to mediocre white men with micro penises that are afraid of a white minority because that's all you are. Have a white day, Tammy Faye.